Today we're going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 games to finish up. So once we reach on March 22nd, I'll be happy. But yeah, man. Once we reach March 22nd, it'll be cool if we can keep going. But yeah, man, I'm not tired of nothing. It's just exhausting because every game takes its time. So once we get that done, then we can be good. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to Milwaukee Bucks.
Me came by the image. He washed up, vintage. I got it bad, live. Every day gotta get it. I know that on the top, trend. Hey. I put in so much work, now they see me as expected. So they treat me like a menace. My body had a game in the chokehold, now shoot like a low blow.
The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles setting the scene for us here tonight. Welcome everyone to Noche Arabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, LeBron James is closing in on the top 3 all-time list in scoring. LeBron said it's an honor, but he added, scoring has never been on my list of goals. Facilitating, rebounding, defending, getting block shots and things of that nature always ranked above them. Kevin, he has filled up the box score for a long time.
He can impact the game in so many ways. D.A., thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Antetokounmpo.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Harris in at the 1.
Well, the Bucks are in a good spot with a young superstar entering this prime.
And they like the fact that this core has more potential, and it wasn't just a one-hit wonder as they committed to Lopez, they committed to Chris Middleton, and now they think that they can take the next step with Giannis's growth.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Giannis outside. Kuzma pulls it in. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers. Harris finds Green. Here's Kuzma. Good. And it's Green picking up the assist.
Able to score from almost anywhere. Kuzma rapidly becoming a guy that can hurt you.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Antetokounmpo against Kuzma. Pass to Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Comfortable shooting close to the basket. The size Lopez possesses gives him confidence down low.
And here's LeBron outside. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice tripper.
Now Bledsoe. He had 16 points in the win against Indiana. Pass to Lopez. LeBron against Middleton. No good that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Coming off that win against Philadelphia.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense. And now,
That may
made the defense work extremely hard and did a nice job of getting any advantage they could against the team that shot it well. Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
And Matthews kicks to Lopez. Passes to Bledsoe. And it's blocked. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break, and slammed up by Harris.
Great assist there from LeBron. Going to try to set the table all night.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Antetokounmpo against Kuzma. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And the shot goes in. With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with the ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing at the end of the season.
Hold on, let me get my food right quick. I know that's gonna be the last thing. Get some ramen noodles.
Said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right?
Yeah, and they are sensing how it is in your approach that, because you show your stripes or when things are not going well, what kind of character do you have?
Here is Bledsoe following the three by the Lakers. Count it.
Tough to match up with Eric Bledsoe. He's incredible at slicing up the D, especially using the bounce.
Caldwell Pope outside. Three-pointer. And another three for the Lakers.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Harris against Bledsoe. There's the pass to Shannon. The shot will not fall. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 17-6 run. Kuzma finds Cousins. Over Bledsoe. No good from Cousins.
Yeah, he's going to be shaking his head on that one. No, he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you want him taking that kind of shot.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
1:33 left to play in the first. Right wing. Fader on the way. Again, Los Angeles.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Bucks trail by 11. Ray, you look at the size and athleticism of DeMarcus Cousins, and you can forget just how skilled he is.
Well, the interesting part about Cousins, and as his career goes on, especially coming off the injury, Kevin, what does he rely on? Well, when he came into the league, as you said, he had that skill set. He's going to rely more and more on that ability to shoot the ball and to still make plays so that he's still an impact player in the NBA.
The Bucks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Pass to Bledsoe. Now, here's Shannon. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. They kick out to Ilyasova. Just 5 on the clock. No good from outside. Lakers lead by 12. Caldwell Pope passes to Kuzma. Shoots a fader. Good on the bucket. Kuzma's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Ball's not loose. Bledsoe against Harris. Dishes to Cousins. Fires for 3. Harris's shot is off. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter. He has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. Pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kunupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
More like a condor, but that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
On the court for the Bucks. Harkless is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Now here's Caldwell Pope. 17-point lead, their biggest. Here's McGee. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. McGee's got his first bucket of the night.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
Here's DiVincenzo. JaVale McGee with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's DiVincenzo. Following the basket by LeBron James. Pass to Ilyasova. Will it go? Unable to get that one. And the Lakers take it the other way. Ron right side. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Hangs it from downtown. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, there are some players who are playing for you, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and playing it forward.
Role players that have been like Calderon and Haslem, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of the organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are two great names, Kevin.
Green is checked in for Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And then for Milwaukee, Lopez, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Wesley Matthews subbed in for Landry Shamet. Lopez. And again, unable to change momentum here. Inside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Power personified right there in number 23, LeBron James. Wow.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw tonight.
Well, every night, the competitive killer instinct of LeBron James makes him as elite as he's been. Of course, a future first ballot Hall of Famer, and a lot of gas, it seems, left in the tank for LeBron James.
Here's DiVincenzo. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. They double him with James. And here's Matthews from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Now here's James. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. To the paint. Here's Lopez. McGee with the block. They recover it. And here is Green. Provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Low block shot on the way. And LeBron with a nice bucket inside. James has got 7 now in this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Timeout called the Bucks. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup. And their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Checked in for Pat Connaughton. And he has been on another level this past month, getting Eastern Conference Player of the Month. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, you talk about a player displaying complete dominance on the floor. This is it. And it seemed like he could do no wrong as he was a factor in really every facet of the game. A truly remarkable performance.
Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. To the inside. It's stolen by Bradley. Here's Rondo. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Rondo's got his first 2 points.
Well, that's a good job by Avery Bradley, recognizing that he had an open teammate and get it to him in a good position.
Giannis dishes to Harkless. Over in the corner, Matthews. 5 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. The shot by Harkless, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
That bucket in no time at all. Rondo's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Here's Giannis. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And some much-needed offense right there. He ends that fantastic run by Los Angeles.
Bradley, that's for 2. A rebound by the Bucks. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game, it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Brett, for so long we talked about the potential of what Giannis can do when he reaches his prime. 27 and 13 last year is a pretty good jumping off point.
Winning an MVP award for Giannis at 24 years of age, and knowing that most of the prime years for NBA players are starting to happen between 27 and 30, that's a scary thought, isn't it, Kevin? 4 or 5 years more of growth from Giannis Antetokounmpo and what he can do at that position. If that jump shot comes along, we may be seeing an all-time great develop throughout his career in the next decade.
Some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for LeBron. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Avery Bradley. And Harris subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The Bucks also changing it up. Chris Middleton comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Green gets it to go.
A good balance and squared up shoulders. If there's one thing Green does better than anything else, it's nailing catch-and-shoot Jays.
Passes it to Antetokounmpo. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And that's 10 points for Giannis.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And Giannis just gobbling up the rebound, just spreads his wing out there, and the ball falls right into it.
Kuzma finds Cousins over Lopez. And again, it's the Lakers.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
Milwaukee has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Giannis against McGee. Now here's Giannis. He's guarded closely. Shoots it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it, and is that helping you score?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow, as well as keep myself in a good group too. So hopefully I'll do a better job of that in the second half.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
What's clear so far is LeBron's combination of power and athleticism is still largely unmatched. Whether he's operating with the back to the basket, driving, in transition, his physical superiority usually wins out.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
Well, the bottom line, they've got to defend the three-point line much better. They were concentrating all their effort into protecting the net. And these guys were standing behind the line. Yakum, splakakataya. And that strategy backfired. They gave them far too many open looks, and all those threes killed them.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Oh, yeah.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same numbers.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Kyle Kuzma is out there with DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Harris in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now, here's Matthews. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Kuzma. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You've got to play tough, physical defense. That's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
And here's Harris from the arc. A rebound by the Bucks.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Here's the lob. Antetokounmpo. That one's not going to go.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Harris misses.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards. 1 of 5 here, Kevin, to start the half. The offense looks like it's shrinking right now.
6 to 3-pointers.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And it wasn't too long ago, Brett, we were wondering what Giannis could do if he bulked up. Well, we don't have to wonder anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we need to wonder about an MVP in the league. The curious thing, Kevin, was last year after winning that award, Giannis coming out and talking about he's only at 60% of his potential. Can you imagine what's coming down the line if he realizes the other 40? He's something else.
The first one falls.
The improvement we saw during Giannis Antetokounmpo's first few years in the league went from raw to ridiculous in a hurry.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for James, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Green. And then for Milwaukee, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Wesley Matthews. All free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. On its way from Caldwell Pope for two. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for Milwaukee. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. That game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Bradley. Shot clock at 5. And it's Shamet missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Kuzma passes to Cousins. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Cousins has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boogie on the inside just causes problems defensively. I mean, it's incredible what he can do.
Bledsoe looking around. The pass to Shamet. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Off target from outside.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He has 6. Pass break, Milwaukee launches the 3, and it's Shamet missing. LA has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Bradley passes to Caldwell Pope, and he's good on the 3 ball. Caldwell Pope's got 9.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Releases from 15. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Now here's Bradley. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Shamet. Caught that one. Shamet's got his first 2 points of the night. 1:43 left to play in the third. Caldwell Pope kicks to Harris. That's the 3 fly. It's the 3-point bomb. Harris has got 6 points in the quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. It's good.
Sometimes it's about the decision being quick, and Bledsoe did a great job of making the right call that time in the pick and roll.
Caldwell Pope finds Harris. Now Bradley, guarded by Bledsoe. Kuzma against Giannis. Over Giannis. Outside for Caldwell Pope. No good on the triple. Milwaukee is getting blank from 3-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. No good from Connaughton. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harris passes to Kuzma. The fader. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Kuzma's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And when you give Kuzma that shot, he is going to let it fly. He is so confident in his mid-range.
And Antetokounmpo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists now in this one. And here's Harris from the arc. And he's good at the buzzer. Wow!
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
And so it's Los Angeles with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back right after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so it's the Lakers with it. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And Milwaukee, looking at who they got, Harkless is out there with Robin Lopez. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Here's DiVincenzo, and there it is for him.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That'll be his second foul of the game. But obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that they're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
Now here's Harkless. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And McGee kicks to Daniels. A three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
The Bucks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. From downtown, rebounded by McGee. McGee's got his 5th rebound in this one. Harris drives in and slam dunk by Harris.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Here's DiVincenzo. Kicks it to Harkless. Lopez outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Off target from three-point range. LA's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. With 3, Harris, good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Here's the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And McGee kicks it up from outside the arc. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here comes the break. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And some changes here for the Lakers. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Harris. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The Bucks also with the sub. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Lakers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Harkless with it. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple of years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue to grow.
Milwaukee's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Trent can't hit. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you have to love the effort this team plays with night in and night out, win after win this year. And they have earned it. Tonight will make it 62 wins on the year for them.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for James.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way too.
Giannis, he's checked in for the Bucks. And he's good on the second. Brett, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's...
By chance, do you know what time it is? Like almost 12 o'clock. It's like 11 something. Is it fixed? Is it? Oh. Where got food at? Or I ate all my stuff. They, but you know, get the bottom of the thing. Okay, he gave me some spaghetti last time, but I won't give you. But he gave me half of it. And this is not just used to both of them. Yeah, Cal, he said he worked every day, so you don't have a chance. You know, I'll be like, that's not no excuse. When you come home, when you come home, you be like, I'm tired. That's between the two of y'all. You gotta figure that out. Yeah, I'll be cleaning though, but it's like when he's stuck in the room all day, every day. Almost couldn't reach that. Alright, move on. So just the microwave. Yeah, just a microwave in the bottom of that fridge. Okay. I'll be there. You be safe, Sean. Bless you. You're welcome.
Still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory, but it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
The shot's good.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Trent off target with his three. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Good.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Caruso, the pass to Duggan. Over onto the Kubo. And Cousins kicks to Duggan. Lets it go from deep. Misses the shot. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. together just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, LeBron. Congrats on the win. What did you like best about the way your team played tonight?
Came out with a lot of intensity. Offensively, we moved the ball, and everyone was involved. And defensively, trying to get as many stops as possible, and we was able to do it.
Thanks for your time, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long and good night, everyone.
What? Don't never stop. Future took the business and ran it for me. I let Ali take the aisle, told him brand it for me. I get 2 million a pop and that's standard for me. Like I went blind, dog.
Alright guys, so we won against the Milwaukee Bucks. We going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 games to play, so it's going down eventually. But yeah, man, we're going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, and I'm trying my best to post these videos my very best way to do it. But yeah, man, we're going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Hopefully y'all can continue the series undefeated and probably go through the playoffs and win the whole game so we can play 2K22. But yeah, man, I stay busy all the time, so I just gotta clean the microwave, and I gotta clean the bottom of the refrigerator, inside the refrigerator. So hopefully y'all can see this video right quick. So super happy for the Milwaukee Bucks. We gotta keep it up though. But if y'all enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video.